Hello lovely friends, here's a sneak peek of today's Golden Bloom. I've got a new pouring recipe and I'm going to show you how I mix it up very briefly. So it's just Sonia and the Good Home Deep Base. It's a lovely thick industrial pouring medium and it works so well with the TLP Piggies. And here's the pillow paint. So shout out to the Travelling Tramps and Simply Nanette. Thank you so much for being my wonderful members. And thank you to my lovely friend Jill Signs who bought me a coffee as well. I appreciate you all and thank you to my subscribers. With all of your love and encouragement, it helps me so much to create for you. So here is the pouring medium. You can see the other pouring medium on the right hand side. I'm going to compare them really briefly for you to show you the consistencies. So I am one to eyeball things, and I was so glad when I recently took, well, about a month or so ago now, a Shelee art course. This is 2024 if you're watching it later. Because I eyeball everything that I do, and it teaches you to get a feel for the consistency. So what I'm doing right now is I'm literally dipping in my little spoon and I'm putting it into the cup and I'm getting a feel for it at the same time, and you can see how quite gloopy it is. It's been mixed up so well, and there's the consistency. Make sure you stir the pot really well because it gets all of the good ingredients mixed together then. So here's a splash of the Just Sonia varnish in both the Valspar and the Good Home. Today I'm just going to show you the result of the Good Home at the end because that's the one I'm focusing on. But I am mixing up the Valspar just to show you how much more loose it is and how it drips in much more easily. This is the one I'm using today. It's the Good Home and it's got a much nicer running off like honey consistency, but slightly thicker because that will then be added to the paints. So when we get a lovely warm honey consistency, it can be quite confusing as to what it is. So I'll show you in a bit exactly how the paint's mixed and the results. So here's the pillow. It's the lovely Valspar Express Coat Walls and Ceilings, and I'm using it now on my tile. I used a little bit too much pillow today, but it still had good results. I'd love to know your feedback at the end. Now with the TLP Piggies that I'm going to add shortly, I added the pouring medium directly into them. I didn't want them to become melty or clumped together, or what's known as having flocculation. So I had the pouring medium into the piggies and I had a lovely warm honey consistency. Now if you've seen a video just before this one, the paints were a bit thicker and there was a different result again. So it's personal preference, but this is the ideal and this is what Shelee shows us. And so go and get the course because you'll become a member of the group and you'll get all these wonderful insights for all the different countries in the world as to how to mix your paints. So I've got my cocktail stick now and I'm using that because I like to, it's quite warm here in the UK at the moment. I don't want to use my torch too much because it forms a bit of a skin on the pillow quite easily. So here's the first piggy going down. It's TLP Zeus August from August Acrylic Art introduced me to this colour, and it's one of his faves, and it's a beautiful colour. It goes so well with mango. Just letting the Zeus fall off the stick nice and easily, and I'm not putting as much paint as I have done in the past because I know how far it goes and you don't need that much paint. And if you look at the size of this tile, it's 4 by 4 inches, it's tiny. And here's the consistency of the mango, again warm honey. All of the paints are the same consistency and they are thinner than the pillow paint. The cell activator, which I'll show you in a moment, is thinner again, but you want it to be heavy enough so it doesn't get lost completely. So this is the TLP White Heaven, or White Haven you might say. It's a beautiful shiny shimmery colour and it brings out other colours so nicely. Beautiful colour. and the colours together just make it so golden and beautiful. I love flowers, and if you watch my channel you'll know just how inspired I am by nature, and painting this reminded me of the height of summer, when just before harvest, just before the autumn, where things are beginning to turn a golden colour. And here is my beautiful green. It's a Pebeo and a greenish yellow. If you're in the UK, it's at the moment half price. Go down to Hobbycraft and have a little look. So here is the cell activator. It's oxide black, and I use the traditional Australian Floetrol 3:1 with the oxide black and a tiny drop in the middle. So you should see how much paint I used already. The cell activator doesn't want to be too overpowering. So now comes the blow. I thought I'd try my hairdryer to begin with, and then I thought it's not enough cell activator, and it's too small an area to use a hairdryer. It's too big a surface area. So I used my own mouth, my own blower, and the cells appeared straight away, and it was really exciting how the green was coming through. Only a tiny bit of green, but it was highlighting it somewhat. You can't really see it at the end. I did lose a bit of the green, but I'm going to put more in next time. Had to compete with those strong piggies. So I'm turning it round and blowing it from the outside, inside out, and it's just enough cell activator. Before I used 2 drops in proportion to the paint, it was just too much. So the paint's spreading nicely. All the colours are being blown evenly, which is really good. And I'm now gently just blowing out, still from the centre, but a bit more gently. And you can see that the cell activator is threading through, and it's becoming very slightly thinner on the outside, creating a beautiful bloom. This is the first one I did that I was really pleased with, and so I can't wait to try some more. I put a tiny bit on the outside, which probably wasn't necessary at the size of it. It is only a small amount, but it's I was worried that I couldn't collect the paint and reuse it, because I love reusing my paint and filtering it, but you can, and I have done it, so I use that paint in another painting later on. At this stage I've got so many ideas in my mind. I've probably got the next 3 months worth of paintings, but if you have any colours or any questions, I do love your questions, and if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please do subscribe. It does encourage me to create more and help me to help you as well. So if you're learning and you're not sure of something, ask away, because I then know what I can put in another video that would help you. I also do like just giving ASMR videos sometimes, so I've just got the painting and some nice music and a little bit of gentle talking all the way through it. So if you're one of my new subscribers, you're not very familiar with my work, it's nature inspired. I love hearing from you. Please do subscribe, it's free, and we've got such a wonderful art community. We're all so supportive of each other. If you're an artist or wanting to be an artist, just ask any of us. Everyone is so helpful. You'll find us on Facebook and on YouTube mostly. On Facebook, I'm also Marie-Louise Art. So can you see? It's almost at the end now. I'm just going to leave this for a little while and let the painting sit. Can you see the cells on the outside? I'm really enjoying the really delicate cells on the inside. So we're pretty much there. I can see 1 or 2 air bubbles coming up from the paint underneath, and I know that even though I let this sit, depending on how vigorously you mix the paint and how long you let it sit, that depends on how many air bubbles are there. Sometimes you have to leave it after a week, so it's quite hard. Some people don't bloom, especially in Arizona. My friend Kim was saying, you know, she doesn't tend to bloom in the summer months because it dries so quickly. And you just can't let things sit for that long, so she tends to bloom in the other months of the year, and that makes total sense. And my hot in the UK is no way as hot as it is in so many places in the UK. I meant to say Christy from Creations by Christy, go and check out her channel. She's got some wonderful blooms, and as has Kim from Kim's Art Alchemy, and Venom Fluid Art, August Acrylic Art, Tonya from Creations by Tonya, Grandma Kathy's Art Venture, and Donna Art by Donna. She used to do blooms, but she does a lot of resin now, and Taslima, and from Taslima's Made Art as well. And of course Louise from Louise McKay Art. She's doing some amazing jars at the moment. Too many amazing artists and friends to mention here, but no, I love you all. So I'm just going to give you a bit of a close-up in a minute, and I couldn't resist using my cocktail stick, and this time I was happy I did it. When I looked at some of my other blooms, I was thinking I could have just left that alone. So here's a little bit of a close-up, and you can begin to see why I called this one the Golden Bloom. This Shelee Art Golden Bloom. Beautiful flow. I've been enjoying using the experiments. Have been so much fun so far, and I can't wait to try this exact recipe in different ways and with different colours. I'm going to be trying metallics, I'm going to be trying different colour palettes, and I'm going to be taking up some of you with your suggested colours, so feel free to let me know what you'd like to see and what layers you'd like to see, what palette and what size canvas. I'm going larger next time. So a few fun facts about blooms. The unique patterns and shapes are created by the way that different colours of paint blend and interact with each other. Gravity plays a crucial role in the formation of the blooms. The heavier the pigments sink, while the lighter ones rise to the top, create intricate patterns. The circular or oval shapes often characterise blooms are known as cells, and these cells form as the paint flows and interacts on the canvas. And we often tip and turn our canvases to encourage the paint to flow and create different form patterns. Every art piece is unique, even if the same colours and techniques are used, and the random nature of the paint flow ensures that no two pieces are ever the same. So the possibilities for creating beautiful fluid art blooms are endless, and I can't wait to see what you have created. I know some people that don't have a fluid art channel but share some of their work on Facebook, and I'm constantly mesmerised by how they do it and wanting to know the process and wanting to know the colours that I've used. Oh my goodness, it's just a wonderful thing to do. And everyone that I come into contact with, and the workshops I have the fluid art bug. I've got some workshops coming up in the UK soon in Cornwall, and if you're interested in knowing more, please do send me a message. My email address is in the description below. I've enjoyed watching where the cells come up and the different consistency compared to the fluid art that I'm used to doing. So I definitely want to revisit this. We've got some really exciting collaborations and paintings coming up for you. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's journey. Thank you for being here. And don't forget that everything that you create is a piece of you. So it's very special. I hope you're having a lovely day, whatever you're doing. Happy creating, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye.